Question. We talked a lot about brand in the general session. What's a brand? Identity for a company or product, or reputation, image, great. Values, excellent. Let's look at it this way. Is this a brand? Nope. But if you wanted coffee and this was the only thing you could get, would you take it? Come on, we need the caffeine, right? You're going to take the coffee. It doesn't matter. But now, let's say we introduce a choice. What are we picking? Unless you really hate Starbucks. Then you're going to take whatever besides that. But what about this? Now you're making a choice. Is anybody picking the one in the middle? No. That's the difference. This is a label. This is a label. This is a non-label. That's what a brand is. A brand is a reputation. A brand is consistency. That's what we're talking about with brand. Anybody picking the one in the middle? You go to the supermarket, let me pick the silver can. I don't know what's in it, but I'm going to take that home with me, right? Anybody a beer drinker? Same thing. Detergent? I don't know what. My mom used Whisk, and then my wife now uses Whisk. I use Whisk. I don't know why. It's not necessarily better. I don't know if it is, but I always get Whisk. I'm going down the Costco BJ's aisle, and I'm Whisk. There we go. I don't even know why. There might be something better, right? You're not picking the one in the middle, but the brand, right? We form relationships with brands. And we do that, and why we spend so much time and effort on brand is something called decision fatigue. You guys know about decision fatigue? I'm sure you've experienced it, right? We make decisions from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed. A lot of us probably in your jobs make decisions even in your dreams, right? So think about it. You're making decisions all the time. And when you do that, by the end of the day, you're getting so tired, right? I came home, and my wife goes, "What do you want for dinner?" I was like, "I don't care, whatever you want." And she goes, "What do you want for dinner?" Been there? And I said, "Chicken." She goes, "We had chicken last night." But this is a logo, right? You're the brand. You make up this brand. So your personal brand influences everything that happens for the larger brand. And there is this unique promise of value that happens. Unique promise of value every time you touch something, right? Okay, so what's a personal brand? Reputation, character, decision-making abilities. Isn't it the exact same thing as a brand in general for a company or a product? Personal brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. That's what your brand is. What they found was an identity, a personality type would match up. So if you were shy, you had somebody to identify with. If you were twirly, you had somebody to identify with. So it's kind of cool. They also did it because they created stories. Stories sell. Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine has characters and figures, but it also has books and movies and money and money and money. Stories. There's stories behind it, right? If you don't have a story, you're part of the pile. So when you think about your personal brand and how it relates to the overall brand, you don't want to be part of the pile. And what we want to focus on is brand consistency. The admissions office is going to get 20,000 applications, and about 1,000 of them are going to be lifeguards. So how could you make this different? So he gave me a really dirty look, ripped it out of my hand, and went back upstairs. About 2 hours later, he came downstairs, and he said, "How about this?" And he actually did. There was an incident where somebody, a kid came up to the lifeguard stand and said the father was missing, went in the water, and never came out. And so there were 50 lifeguards that had to dive in and out of the water and try to find this guy. And he was 17 years old. This was his first week on the job, and he was searching for a dead body. Would you read this? Absolutely, you'd read on. And he got it. Twitter, 140 characters or less. So what I like to do is I like to say, take that principle and think about it in your emails when you're trying to get somebody's attention. An email is a pitch for attention, wouldn't you agree? if it's not your boss, if your boss is sending you an email, I get that, right? You're going to open it because it's your boss. But what if it's other people? You're going to open it if it's interesting. You're going to open it if it applies to you. So if you can think creatively about your subject headers, I always like to look at song titles, right? Movie quotes. Think creatively. This is your brand, right? If your brand is innovative, if your brand is fun, it can come out in all different ways. Anybody seen the movie Jerry Maguire? Give me a quote. Show me the money. Give me another quote. You had me at hello. Help me, help you. You complete me. Anybody seen The Godfather? Making you an offer you can't refuse. Have some fun with your communications. Sometimes we're so focused on getting something out there that we're not really having fun. And then we're not known. Think about if you just change your communication slightly and you make somebody smile on the other end. What does that do to your brand? %50 of the words in the English language are which of these? Negative. 50% are negative, 30% are positive, and 20% are neutral. So think about that. Every time we open our mouths, we're more likely to say something negative than we are to say something positive. My dad was an undercover narcotics cop in New York, so that, the negative went a little bit higher. Right? Positive, negative, and neutral. And there's actually a formula. Barbara Fredrickson is a woman who did a lot of studying on positivity, and she found in business there's a 3-to-1 positive to negative ratio. If I have 3 positive interactions with somebody, it'll offset the 1 negative. Kind of makes sense, right? 75%. Think about that, because if it goes down 3-to-1, 2-to-1, 1-to-1, think about your 1-to-1 interactions with someone. 1-to-1. It's like a coin flip, whether it's going to be a good day or a bad day. You're walking in the office, you're going, that's anxiety. Perception. Point of view. This is the interesting thing about what you do. You have a point of view. If you think of yourself as the hero all the time and you're just solving problems, that's different than being the mentor. If I'm the hero, the lady's the mentor. If the lady's the hero, who's the mentor? Thank you. Whoever taught her. You have the chance to teach somebody every day. So stop trying to be the hero. Be the mentor. Teach somebody something, right? Especially that is a brand, right? It's easy to be the hero. It's easier to be the hero than it is to be the mentor, to be the teacher, to be the leader. What do you want to be known for, right? If your label and what you want to be known for are the same thing, that's awesome. Now you've got a really strong brand, and now you can do a lot of things, and now you can monetize that. You can create stories and eventually be whatever you want to be. If you want to be a manager, supervisor, run the company, own your own company, whatever it is. If you are aligned, that is powerful because that is purpose.